Hello appraisers, this is Brandon again with Choice Valuation. In this video I'm going to be showing those appraisers who use a Paragon MLS system how to create a custom export for use in our Spark software. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. First thing is you go to choicevaluation.com. There's going to be a link in the video. And you click on Spark, which is over here on the left, and then you click on Spark Coverage. That takes you to our coverage area page. And again, I'm going to be showing you in how to use a Paragon system, and I'm going to use the Sandicor Paragon system, which is the MLS in the San Diego area, as an example. But this video will help you with any Paragon system no matter where you are. So when you get to this page, choose your Paragon system, whichever one applies to you. I'm going to go ahead and click on Sandicor. And then you're going to see the instructions on how to do this. So if you would rather follow those instructions than watch this video, then go ahead and do that. This video is for those of you who prefer to learn how to do it by watching me do it. So let's go ahead and get started here. So what you need to come here for the purposes of this video is you need to get to this list starting right here with MLS number. This is the start of the list that you're going to need in order to follow along. So whatever your MLS system is, click on that, go scroll down to the list area, and that's where we're going to start. So now let's go over into the actual MLS system. And what you do is you get into the results of a search, which you can see I've already done here. I'm in the results of a search. And you click on the green reports button, which is right here. And then you click on the plus sign next to spreadsheets. And now you are going to choose any spreadsheet that you are okay with changing and altering and saving. So a lot of times in the Paragon system they will be called customizable grid 2, 3, 4, 5. Just pick one you don't normally use, click on it, and make sure it's one that you're okay changing, because we are going to change this and save our changes. Okay, and then when it populates your screen, then go ahead and click the customize button, which is right here. And then fields. Sorry about that. So click customize, then fields, and this is the window you're presented with. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to name it Spark, or you can name it whatever you want to, but Spark's probably best. I'm going to name this slightly different because I've already created a Spark export in this system. Make sure this says listing right here next to group, and that you're in residential and not a rental search. Now you do need to do this process for rentals as well, and the instructions tell you that right here. So you're going to repeat this entire process if you want to be able to put rentals, export rentals using Spark into your rental grid in a la mode's total, or whatever your form filler is. Okay, so now the first thing you want to do is right here, MLS number must be first. So we got to make sure MLS number is the very top one in this list. After that, the order does not matter at all. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to move it up using this move up button. Make sure that it's at the top. Okay, so now it's at the top. I'm going to uncheck it. And now what we need to do is we need to make sure that all of these fields and the order does not matter. As long as MLS number is on top, none of the rest of this order matters. Make sure all the rest of these fields are in this column rather than this column. So you want to move everything from here over to here. If it's already over here, then that's great. And if you have some in here that are not on the list, that's okay too. Doesn't matter if you have too many over in this right column. It just matters that everything that's on the website list is also in this list right here. So I'm going to start with the first one after MLS number. It's address. Find it over here. Click it. Click add. And then architectural style. Find that. Left click it, and then left click add. Next one, assessor's parcel number, left click it, and left click add. Now if you run into some that you can't find over here, then most likely they're already in this list. So just double check and make sure that they're not already in this list if you can't find it. For example, let's see, we'll go ahead and do baths full and baths half. In fact, I think I skipped one, attached style. So click that and click add. And we'll go down next, city, close of escrow date. Now you can see close of escrow date is not over here, so I'm going to look over here, and what do you know? There it is. It's already over there, so no big deal. And then so you go through the whole rest of this list, add everything over until the entire list is complete down to the very last one right here. And then the next process, after you've done that, you've moved everything over to here, is you then, next to group, you click this listing drop down and you change it to feature categories. And that brings up a whole new list over here on the left. Now with this list, all you do is you select every single one and add them all. So there's no list to follow. You don't have to check over here with anything. You just click them all. So I'm going to go through and choose every single one, and as far as I could tell, there's no fast way to select everything. You got to click on them one by one, but fortunately there's only a few pages worth, and we are almost done here. And then as soon as I'm done selecting all of these, I'm going to click the Add button and move them all over. Okay, so I'm done. I'm going to scroll up, make sure they are all selected. Then I click Add, and bam, they all moved over. You should now, this should look blank over here because everything moved over to the right side. Now there's just one thing left to do, and that is all of these little boxes here. You can see some of them are checked and some aren't. They all have to be unchecked, and that instruction is also right here. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck them. There's only a few. And as soon as we're done with that, we can click Save and we'll be set. Whoops, didn't mean to select that. Okay, now I'm just going to scroll through my list, make sure there's no more checkboxes that I can see. Okay, so we're all set. So now you just click Save and you are done with that section. Okay, so I'm going to click Save here. And now you'll see your screen populate with the same results of that search you had already been in, but now the fields match up with what I put over in that custom export for that spreadsheet. Okay, so now we're set. So now all you do is you select the ones you want to actually put in your sales grid, in your form filler. I'll choose 8. And then you click this Export button and choose Export to CSV. Make sure it says selected listings, so just the ones you want to export, not all of them. We obviously don't want to put 969 sales in a grid. And then make sure that for spreadsheet it does show Spark or whatever you named the custom export that we just created. So I'll make sure that says Spark. Click Export, and make sure you put it in the folder that you want to put it on your computer so you don't forget about it. And I shouldn't say so you don't forget about it, but so you know where it is so you can find it later. And I like to name them whatever my file name is, and then call it comps potential, and hit save. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now you can go to spark.choicevaluation.com, which I'll show you right here. And now this is the actual Spark website. So you just go through the process, put your file in, and you are good to go. That's in another video where we show you how to do that. Go back to the website. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. So let's go back to reports. Now something else is, I'm going to click on Spark Rental. You can see that I created one for rental. So if you want to also put rental listings into a rental grid in your form filler using Spark, then you want to also set that up. And so in order to set that up, we basically do the exact same process. So I'll click on Customize, Fields. Make sure you're in another spreadsheet. Let me go back and show you. Make sure you're in another spreadsheet that you don't mind changing, because we're going to customize it and make it different and save it just like the last one. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into the actual rental one that I've already created. Click Customize, Fields. And you do it the exact same way. Nothing changes. All that you do is you follow this list again. But you can see that it will be slightly different. Some of them say not needed for rentals, so those ones you can skip over. And you could also see that there were a few that said this is for the rental list only. So those you would skip over on the previous section that we just did for regular residential properties. But for rentals, you do include these. And that's pretty much it. When you're all done, all the fields are over here. Again, you do the same process. Once you're done with this list, you click on the group drop-down, click Feature Categories, choose everything, move it all over, and I'll go ahead and do that now. And that's pretty much it. Okay, I moved all those over. Our list is now complete, and you click Save. Now I should point out one more thing. Make sure you're actually in a rental residential search when you do the rental export that you're going to create. You do need to be in an actual residential rental search. And you can know that when you're in the middle of the process by this right here. Let me go back to that window. Right here it'll say residential rental rather than just residential. Okay, that's it. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye.